everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephanie and this is Three Swords Tarot. Today we have another tea and tarot video. I need to rename these because I never have tea. I don't have anything to drink with me today. I have failed miserably on that. I have the tarot, which is probably the most important part, but I don't have any tea. But that's okay. We'll try it again next time. I'm a little bit late to getting another video up. I try and do 2 a month. One definitely tea and tarot, and one hopefully a different, more spiritual based video. But I have hit a flare up, a chronic fatigue syndrome flare up, and I'm a little bit on the struggle train these days. But I am at my desk and not in bed. And I am proud of myself for that. That is an upgrade for me. It's not the best angle, it's not the best lighting, but I'm sitting in a chair and I have you on a desk. And I'm sorry, it's a cloudy day. We've had a lot of snow, and last night it was severe thunderstorm warnings with a possibility of tornadoes. Today it's snow. Welcome to March in Wisconsin. Am I right? Yeah. Anyway, we are getting on in this deck. For those of you who maybe are new, I am doing, I'm pulling about 5 cards every video, maybe more depending on how long or not long it takes me to go. And I'm not reading, I'm not interpreting, I am just talking about the card. Memories, emotions, how they make me feel, my experiences with them. I feel like it's really important that we become more intuitive with our reading, and I really want to be a person who encourages it. Let the cards mean what they need to mean and not be so textbook about it. I like to tell people tarot card readings are not pop quizzes, are not exams. These are readings, and they need to flow with what we're getting. And doing tea and tarot is just a really fun way for us to do that together, I think. And I always want to encourage you to comment below any cards I pull that you have something to say on. And I do ask you to say it with kindness and compassion and love. And if you disagree with me or whatever it is, we are all here to grow and to evolve and to teach each other. And I would love to hear what you have to say. And I know that there will be people in the comments reading what you have to say, and it's always really helpful if you say what you need to say in a constructive, calm way that helps to build everyone up rather than tear everyone down, right? All right, so let's get into it. We are doing the traditional Rider-Waite still. This is the little stack we have. This is what we've done so far. This honker is what we have left. I do plan on just doing the series for as long as I'm doing YouTube and just using a new deck every time. I'm a big fan of decks that have a lot of artwork, that are minimalist, that are very interesting. I'm not a big fan of pip cards where like the 2 of Pentacles are literally just 2 coins or like 2 whatever. I like cards that have a story. I feel like that is what tarot is designed for. And so I lean towards those decks, and I would really like to share more of the decks that I love. So I've already shuffled my deck, and now let's just get into it, okay? First card. Aw, it's a 6 of Wands. I hope you can see it. This one, I really struggle with positive cards. I haven't had a lot of experiences with positivity in my life. So I've never, like, it's fun. It's fun to get this because it's victory. It's about being seen and appreciated and celebrated for your contributions, for what you bring to the world, which is the same as contributions. Whatever it is, you are being celebrated, you are being seen. When I was very young, I was very comfortable in the spotlight, and then I think I kind of got hated on for that. You know, I kind of was told I was an attention seeker, and maybe I was, I don't know. But I've become a person who really struggles with that. And this card definitely makes me uncomfortable. It makes me very uncomfortable now. But what I love about it, and some people talk about this when they're doing their readings and some people don't, but there is a guy in the back here who is kind of glaring up at this guy. And it is a reminder that the more visible you are and the more successful you get, the more haters you attract. And I feel like in a world with social media where we're all online, we're all posting our thoughts and our feelings, we're all like forming communities and gaining followers, I think this is something that most people are really starting, not most people, but a lot of people are really getting a lot of experience with, is having to do with haters. And I think this card in a lot of ways is extremely relevant, and is an important reminder to just know that they're out there, but that they have nothing to do with you. Like your achievements are still your achievements, you know? And being seen means being seen in every light. It's not just gonna be about being loved. Not everyone's gonna love you. You know, there will be people that will hate you, no matter what. And yeah, so the next one. Oh, you guys, the star. It's so funny because this version of it is so beautiful, and I'm not the titties can hang. The titties can hang. I don't have any ads yet, so we're just gonna let those titties hang. But yeah, like it's such a beautiful card, but at the same time, it's like there's such a coldness to it that I can't wrap my head around. And I can't tell if it's like a calming chill or if it's like an emotionally, it's not a very emotional card. You know, despite all the water that's in there, it's not an emotional card. This card is associated with Aquarius, who is a zodiac that is like kind of considered to be cold and distant and really struggles with emotions and struggles with people who are emotional. I'm friends with an Aquarius, and he is very frustrating. He's so frustrating. He's so private, and I can't get anything out of him. And everyone's like, oh, he's so calm and chill, and I'm like, he's calculating. He is a calculating young man. And I mean, he's still cool. He's a great guy. I really enjoy, chatting with him and stuff. But I would not call him chill or relaxed by any means. He has got his shit on lockdown. And I feel like that's, kind of what this is all about. Because of the FX show Love Story, Carolyn Bessette Kennedy has been all over my algorithm on YouTube. And her iconic, we can use that word, we can totally use the word iconic for her fashion, not like in the loosey goosey way we do now, but like her fashion is iconic. And how like she curated that look, not because it was fashionable, but because she was so private. Because the paparazzi hounded her like crazy, and she cultivated this very tight, highly edited, highly restrained wardrobe, not to be like cool, but to be like, to not give the public any insight as to who she is as a person, and like that is what this is giving to me. And this girl is naked. She's naked, and you're still like, there's nothing going on. And it's interesting because I like to do archetype readings for people. And for the archetype, I pick from the entire major arcana. I don't pick the archetypes of the major arcana. I use the entire arcana card series. I use all those cards. I shuffle them and I pull one at random, and that is your archetype. And I have been doing this for a lot of people now. And I was like, I've never done one for myself. Like, the cards that come up to represent me often in tarot have been the High Priestess, the Empress, and then not our major arcana, she's a suit, but the Queen of Wands, right? So you've got intuitive, you've got creative and fertile, and then you have passionate. And I feel like it's really interesting because I'm a Pisces sun, which is the High Priestess. I'm a Leo moon, which to me is the Empress in a lot of ways. And then I'm so sorry. The Empress for me, in a lot of ways, is the Virgo rising. And I'm so sorry, I just shook you, baby. I just shook you. The Empress for me, in a lot of ways, I can see it linking to my Virgo rising. And then the Queen of Wands is my Leo moon. And I can see how they all work. But I was like, but what would the tarot deck give me if I specifically said, what is my archetype? And the archetype can mean whatever it needs to mean to you, right? Like, I don't tell you what archetype means. I allow you, when I'm doing the reading for you, I allow you to kind of interpret what that means for you. And I did it for me, and I got the star, and I was like, what? And I still haven't quite wrapped my head around, like, what being the star archetype means for me. I think as someone who wants to be a coach and wants to help people make their dreams come true, I think the star is a very interesting card for that, right? But yeah, this is another one that when I get it, I always get so excited because I think there are a lot of different ways that I look at it. But I do, at the same time, I still struggle with it. And which is funny because that's my archetype. I don't know, what would you say if you found out? What would you call? Like, how would... Put your thoughts down below as to what you think the star archetype would be. You know, because we know there's hope. There's a huge authenticity message there too. The star is about authenticity as well. So I guess, and that is something that I get a lot of, like, when people compliment me, genuine is a big compliment that I get. When I was doing my certification, genuine came up again a lot for me. And I think genuine and authenticity are very, like, I don't think they're the same, but they kind of go hand in hand. And I feel like because of that, the star is a really good archetype for me. But yeah, anyway, interesting. Next one is the Emperor. I do not resonate with this card. If I had gotten this as my archetype, I would have flipped out. I would have been like, wrong. Wrong. I don't like it. I've had a few people in my life that I've had really difficult relationships with, and when I've gone to the tarot to try and understand why, this has come up for them. And the tone has been about manipulation and about trying to keep me in my place. And yeah, I don't like the Emperor. The Emperor can be very cool. The Emperor can be about strategy. It can be about, you know, power used in a very beautiful, healthy way, right? But oh man, he just in a world where the patriarchy, like, I just think a lot of us are just so done with the patriarchy. It's not even, I don't spend a lot of time studying the patriarchy. I should, because my life is so affected by it. But because my life is so affected by it, because I'm so frustrated by it, I just don't want to spend time really, like, learning about it. I should. But I think the patriarchy is particularly toxic and just, I think we're all so tired of it because it relies so heavily on traditional male identity. And look at this guy. Look at this guy. Like, I think if there's a tarot deck that does the Emperor in this kind of way, I might have a better time with it. But I think, I forgot, my brain just stopped. Sorry, between ADHD and brain fog, sometimes I just lose the plot. I forget what I was even saying. Sometimes I forget what I was even talking about. Like, I can't even remember. I think if there was a tarot deck that made the Emperor less traditionally male, I might have a better, like, I might be able to build a better relationship with it. But the Emperor card, and the fact that there's, like, it's connected to Aries, I don't know that I've ever had a really good relationship with any Aries. The closest would be with my parasocial relationship with, I think it is Kino Tarot. I think Kino and Aso Tarot are like besties. And their readings are so different, but so similar. There was a time when I first got into tarot card readings on YouTube that I couldn't tell them apart. And I think to this day, I confuse their readings together sometimes. I think I had a reading by her or the other, by Ace or Kino, and it's like the other way around. And I want to say one of them is an Aries sun, and another one has a strong, has an Aries placing in the top 3 anyway, either way, you know. So we'll throw them both together. I think that is the closest I've had to a positive relationship with an Aries. I need to Google, like, the dynamic between a Pisces and an Aries. I want to say that Aries is considered a really good, is considered like a better partner for a Pisces. I can't remember that. I remember looking up who is considered good partners for Pisces, and I remember being like, man, I'm always attracted to the Aquariuses. I'm always attracted to the Geminis. I feel like Aquarius and Gemini are like my favorite zodiacs, and those are like 2 of the worst for Pisces, especially Aquarius. But anyway, yeah. So I just think there's just a lot of energy here that just generally, as a Pisces, I'm like, I don't. I also just have a lot of very domineering personalities in my life. It's kind of their way or the highway. I get put in my place a lot. And it's incredibly suffocating and frustrating and invalidating. And when this card comes up, I just kind of like, I get a little triggered, and I'm always like, no. Yeah. What is your relationship with Aries as a zodiac sign and with the Emperor card? Like, do you love it? Do you hate it? I think of all the cards I pulled so far, the Emperor card is the one I would really like to hear people's thoughts on. Anyway, we have now number 4 to pull. You guys ready? Another one. The King of Cups. Like, I struggle so much with this. I totally am one of those people who has disorganized attachment styles. So to have a disorganized attachment style means if someone is actually like, if the individual wants me and is actually pursuing me, I shut down and push them away. But if they stop pursuing me, I kind of panic, and then I become the pursuer. And there becomes a push and pull dynamic where when you're walking away, I'm like, don't go. But if you are like, okay, baby, let's go, I'm like, ew, what is wrong with you? You're too clingy. You know, it's like not okay. It's not okay. And like the overly sensitive, emotional, lovely man, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. I always go for the avoidance. I always want like the emotionally unavailable. It's so bad. It is so bad. I just feel safer. I feel like I'm not being manipulated. I feel like I know where I'm at. And the King of Cups always gives me the like this guy is giving me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like him. I don't know if you have any experience with the Lightseers Tarot, but I want to say Prince, but that's not right. The deck I'm using right now consistently uses Prince. The Knight of Cups is like this like Freddie Prinze Jr. looking guy, like on his knee with like roses, and I'm always like, no. I'm like, no. No. Although I love that card because whenever I have really good tarot readings and I say to Spirit, for me, Spirit is like, the term Spirit is a catch-all for like everyone I feel like I'm connecting with, whether that be my higher self, my future self, my past selves, you know, my guides, my ancestors, with like the divine kind of mastermind that I believe in, Spirit. Spirit is just like a catch-all for everything that I'm engaging with. And when I have a really good like tarot session, I'll be like, I love you so much. I love you so much, Spirit. I am so grateful for you. And I'll like cut the deck, and it's always the again, Prince is coming up. The Knight of Cups with like the little roses, and it just feels like it's their way of like giving me their love with like the roses. And it always makes me cry. I always like, just crumple in my bed right away and I cry because it just feels like that's the closest they can do to giving me an actual bouquet and like showing me their love and support. I love it. As a partner, he kind of freaks me out, but as a support, as a representation of my support system, I love him, right? But yeah, the King of Cups, I love the little fish in the background. I will try so hard to make it be visible for you all. He reminds me of the chest burster from Alien. And I always giggle when I see him. Just this random fish jumping out of the sea. I also do get a little panicky because he is surrounded by water, and that just feels very overwhelming. I think I have problems with emotions because almost all of my dreams, my recurring dreams, are either tornadoes or they're wet. Tornadoes or they are water-based. I have the wildest dreams, and I think I have a problem because he makes me uncomfortable. He makes me uncomfortable. His little fish necklace cracks me up because I had a friend who in the 90s made me a fish necklace, and it was like this fish that had, it was an articulated enameled fish, and she made me like a choker necklace because it was the 90s. Chokers were the only way you wore your, it was either like a tight little choker or it was like long on a black cord. And she made me that, and it was just like this, only it was like gold with like blue enamel. I don't know why I told you that story, but I did. We now have the 5th card. Let's see what we've got. 10 of Wands, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is one of my favorite cards. I take on a lot of emotional, I feel like I take on a lot of the emotional load of things. I'm not going to get specific for privacy reasons, but I emotionally, I take on the load. It is my responsibility to make sure everyone feels okay. I'm always watching what I say. I'm always trying to make sure my tone is perfect. It's not always perfect, and believe you me, I get told immediately that my tone is not correct. But I'm the one who's tiptoeing through the world, trying to make sure that I don't knock into something or someone. And I also definitely have a problem with co-creation. I feel like everything's on my shoulders, and I get very overwhelmed with trying to create my life that I want. And this card comes up always when I'm being reminded, like, it's not all on my shoulders. I need to let go. I need to let go. If my tone isn't great, well, maybe what you're saying is not appropriate. Maybe your tone's not nice, you know? Or maybe I don't need to worry about, you know, maybe I don't need to worry about what it's going to feel like to possibly have this channel actually work out and we have 100,000 subscribers, and worry about if I'm going to offend, if I'm going to offend anybody. You know, part of the reason why I struggle to get these videos up is because I'm like, what are people going to think about what I'm saying years from now? Because what we think is appropriate changes, and with everything being permanently online now, anything I say now that is deemed okay could 5-10 years from now, all of a sudden I sound like an asshole. You know what I mean? Or like, I mean, this is crazy, but like, what if we have a government that says you can't be on the internet talking tarot? That you are, you know, you are anti-Christian because you talk tarot, you know? I mean, for God's sake, Donald Trump is our president right now. I think anything is possible for our future. And there could be a point where I get targeted and someone wants to, you know, forcibly, what is it called? Oh, what happens in a lot of other countries, like Egypt? They like, they make you disappear, basically. You get kidnapped by the government and you are put in jail, basically. And there's a term they use for that. And while that is an extreme thing for me to worry about, I'm not saying I'm worried about that. Like, I'm not excessively worried about that at all. But it is something that, with us putting ourselves and our thoughts and our feelings online, we do have to be aware that what we say could at any point in time be used against us. At any point in time. You know, we don't know what our future is going to look like in 5-10 years. We put a lot of faith when we put a lot of faith in our future when we go online now, you know? And the tarot deck is always like, girl, like, yes, be careful, don't be a jerk, but at the same time, like, you gotta let go of some of these burdens, because you're not going anywhere. You're not moving forward with your life, and you need to. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna tentatively do 2 more. We'll see how long the next one goes. But I kind of want to get through these cards, you know. There's so many decks that I want to go through and talk with you. So let's maybe pull like 1 or 2 more. And then, because I don't want these to be too long either. The next card is the 6 of Cups. This card is one of my favorite cards ever. It just is, for me, is like, it's the sweetheart card. This one only ever comes up in romantic situations for me. I mean, it literally never comes up in a negative connotation. It is always, to me, about being sweet and kind. And there is, for me, a 6 of Pentacles, but with cups vibe. Like, remember, emotionally speaking, you are also giving as much as you take, but you're also allowing as much as you give, right? To me that is like, I don't get nostalgia at all. I don't get nostalgia. I don't get be careful. For me, this card always speaks more about the balance. Always about balance, always about past life connection, whether it be past life is in like, oh, that was a lifetime ago. The way that I feel about being in high school, oh, that was a lifetime ago. Or like literally, you know, a past life. I have people that I am pretty convinced I have spent many lifetimes with. And this card is such a vibe when I'm trying to figure out, like, why does this person feel so significant to me? Oh, Six of Cups. That's right. That's right. History, babe. History. One more. Let's go with one more. Here we go. Oh my god. This is one of my favorite cards of the entire deck. When this card is like, if you've ever heard of birth cards, for you take your entire birth year. For me, 3/15/1981. You add that all up and you keep adding it till you get to one digit. That is your life path number, and you can then apply that to tarot cards, to the major arcana. So like I have a life path 1, so like the Magician, and then is it Wheel of Fortune, and then the Sun, right? Those are all ones, you know. And this bad boy, I'm always jealous when this is someone else's birth card. The Tower. Oh my god. I love this. I love this. I love this. I've had so many times. I don't move. I get uncomfortable and I get in bad situations and I just stay there, you guys. I stay there and I rot there, and I've experienced so many tower moments, and it sucks and it's dumb and I shouldn't do that to myself, but I have expanded so much from those moments. I've learned so much, I've grown so much, I've evolved so much. They suck and they hurt and they're the worst until they're not anymore, and then I look back and I have like forged myself into a whole new person and I'm a badass after it, and I'm always so grateful. I'm grateful that there's a force outside of me that knows how to take care of me and help me through getting out of really shit situations. I need to learn to be a better person, and not better person, but like I need to be better to myself and take myself out of those situations before they go wrong. But my God, I'm always so grateful when it's all said and done. I look back and I'm like, well done. Well done, Spirit. Thank you. I appreciated that. Because what I was doing was really, really stupid. And I'm so grateful that you put your foot down and was like, nah. Because now I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm clear-headed, I'm stronger. I know so much more about myself and relationships and the world. And yeah, I told you guys, I do not do well with the positive cards. I don't know what to do with them. The world is literally falling apart around me and I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Anyway, okay, that all being said and done, I would love to hear what you have to say about any of these cards yourself. Please leave me a comment. Have a conversation with me, with yourself, with each other. Let's have a chat. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.